Okay, so I would love for us to take a moment and travel down memory lane together, all the way back to our childhood years. I'm talking little to no responsibility, running and tumbling in the grass, tag, you're it years. Great times, right? Fun times for sure. Full of enjoyment, endless energy, it seems, laughter, friends, maybe a crush or two. But speaking of tag, this conversation is starting to remind me of some of my favorite childhood games. Things like Capture the Flag, Simon Says, Red Rover. There's so many, right? And of course, tag. However, there's one game in particular that I want to highlight because I really feel like it ties almost seamlessly into today's topic of being present in life. And that game is Red Light, Green Light. Another classic and favorite of mine growing up. But really quick, comment below your favorite childhood game. I'm curious to know. All right, so why in the world am I drawing a connection between the game Red Light, Green Light and the idea of being present in life? Let me explain. See, the objective or rules of this game, in short, are simple, right? We have one player or person who is the traffic light, and they stand on one side of the room or field. And then all of the other players stand on the other side of the field or the room, right? Now, when the traffic light player yells green light, the goal is to run as fast as you can to get as close as you can to the traffic light. However, when a traffic light player yells red light, you have to stop, freeze in place, right? And if anyone is spotted moving, they have to go back and start over at the beginning. Now, why is this important or relevant to being present? Check this out. See, being present in life means taking advantage of the red light moments in life. Let that sink in for a second, because in the context of this game, green light is something we all look forward to hearing. Green light means go. Hit the gas and run as fast as you can, right? And let's be honest, deep down as kids, we all wanted to be the first one to reach the traffic light. I know I definitely was, right? However, in the context of life, this green light first mentality may not be the best long-term strategy. What I mean by that is, yes, forward moving progress in life is good, but go, 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 go all the time is not. See, growing through life requires us to slow down just as often as we accelerate. In other words, we shouldn't live life afraid to hit pause for a minute or two, to freeze, to embrace and take advantage of those red light moments in life. Be aware. A big part of being present in life is having the ability to be aware of when we are and when we aren't being present. A simple way of doing or managing this is asking ourselves questions like, am I being present in this moment? Am I consciously choosing to focus on what's important right now, on the things that matter, on the people or relationships that matter? See, without awareness, especially self-awareness, by default, we then lack a complete understanding of ourselves. Not to be confused with knowing ourselves, right? Because in my opinion, these two things are completely different. Because sure, I know who I am, right? I know my values, I know my beliefs, etc. But do I also understand why? Am I fully aware of my weaknesses as well as my strengths? Am I fully aware of my shortcomings when it comes to being present in life or lacking presence? Just something to think about. Feel your feelings. Now, this one is for the certified overthinker like me, or for the person who just doesn't like to deal with feelings. Now, if that's you, I want to encourage you to feel your feelings. Now, what do I mean by that? Instead of trying to change how you feel or avoid what you feel, I want these words I'm sharing to instead push you towards your feelings. So you can start observing them, but also understanding them. By doing that, not only are you being present in those feelings, but you're also forced in a way to deal with them. I like to say that the best way to deal with how you feel is to deal with how you feel. Seek solutions, right? And personally, I've been doing this using a simple brain dump exercise. All I do is take everything my mind has clenched its hands around and dump it. And then I sort and organize it in a way that helps me manage and deal with those thoughts and feelings. Now, I've talked about this exercise in more detail in my last few videos, so I'll leave a link to those down below if you're curious. Also, in those videos, I give away my free brain dump template, so you may find that useful as well. Reduce distractions. Now, this is simple because many of us, if we're being honest, are not present in life like we should be because we're distracted. Our focus is stuck in a tug of war between things and moments that actually matter and things and moments that we perceive to be important. We've lost touch with some of the elements that make being human and living life beautiful. Just think for a second how much life you've missed personally due to you not being present. Kids, family, relationships, friendships, executing on an idea or creative business venture you've had, but consciously you weren't present enough to focus or enjoy those moments. See, deep down, we know what it means to be present in life, but we've allowed distractions in life to take over, to create roadblocks and hurdles that can easily be avoided with things like being aware, or taking advantage of red light moments in life, or simply developing consistent routines and rituals that work for us as individuals. Routines and rituals. Now, I do believe that it's important to create a daily or morning routine of some sort for ourselves, right? It's an easy way to build focus and a sense of being present in life. But the perfect daily or morning routine doesn't exist. However, the right routine for you does. And I really want to stress this because I don't want to see you fall for the trap of seeking a perfect routine. What works for me may not work for you. Tailor your routine and rituals for your life, your habits, and your goals. Period. Find balance. I want you to imagine yourself for a second walking across a tightrope. Now, in that moment, you're focusing on a few different things. Breathing, obviously, focus as well, but also balance. Because without balance, you'll start to sway and stumble and eventually fall off of the tightrope. See, the reason I'm bringing this up is because sometimes when we think about balance, we equate that with some sort of physical skill, like walking a tightrope or standing on one leg. And because of that, sometimes we lose sight of general life balance. For example, work and personal life balance. Now, this skill, just like walking a tightrope, isn't necessarily easy to master, right? But it plays a very important role in being present in life, especially during those moments that really matter. Journal and reflect. As a writer myself, I have to mention the idea of journaling and self-reflection. These two ideas have done wonders for me in my life, and it's actually how I found my interest in poetry. But to keep this simple, journaling and reflection gives us an opportunity to write down things we're grateful for, moments we appreciate, feelings we have, things we can personally improve on, and the list can go on. It also serves as a tool to help us better understand where we are mentally and how that affects our ability to be present in life the way we want to be present. So if you're not journaling or reflecting throughout the day, I highly recommend you give it a try. See, remember this, present moments in life lead to happiness, growth, joy, and love. I really hope you found this video valuable. I hope it spoke to you and resonated with you. And if it did, give it a thumbs up for me. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below so you can join this community and grow with all of us here. Always remember to stay true to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.